Hey, it's Dr. J, and let's talk about some chemistry today, and we're talking about molecular formula. So, if you forgot what molecular formula is, this is going to show the number of each type of atom in our molecule. Okay. If you want more explanation of molecular formula, make sure to check the previous old videos about chemical formulas. Now, we're going to specifically talk about, well, how do we find the molecular formula? In order to find the molecular formula, you're going to need first your empirical formula, and then you're going to times it by N, okay, to where N is going to be represented as this, which is going to be the molar mass divided by empirical formula molar mass. Okay, so this is how we're going to be finding our N today. So once we have our N, you just multiply that by the empirical formula. So let's look at an example here. The empirical formula for fructose is CH2O, and molar mass is 180.2 grams per mole. Find the molecular formula. So what exactly are we going to have to do here? First thing we have to do is find the empirical formula molar mass. So in this case, our empirical formula, right, is CH2O. Okay, so we're going to take one carbon, which is going to be 12, and we're getting the 12 from the periodic table, so there's 12 grams for every 1 mole of carbon, plus 2 hydrogen, so there's 2 times 1, because there's 1 gram for every 1 mole of hydrogen, plus 1 oxygen, and there's 16 grams per 1 mole of oxygen. So once we add up all of our, right, carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, we get 30.03 grams per mole for our empirical formula mass, molar mass, okay? Now, what do we do from here? We're going to find our N, right? So our N is the molar mass, which we know to be 180.2, right? We're going to put that on the top and divide that by the empirical formula mass that we just found, which is going to be 30. So 180 divided by 30, that's going to be 6. So we found our N. So how are we going to find our molecular formula? So once again, to find a molecular formula, we're just going to multiply an empirical formula by our N, in this case 6. So we're going to multiply our carbon by 6, hydrogen by 6, and oxygen by 6. Okay, so this will become C6H12O6. All right, and then we just multiply this by N, and this is our molecular formula here. So the key thing you want to pay attention to is these formulas here. In order to find your molecular formula, you must find your N first, which is the molar mass divided by your empirical formula molar mass. And once you have your N, you just multiply that number by the empirical formula.